Peace everyone, it's Cece with Cece Rose Terrell. Today I'm bringing you my first segment on all 12 zodiac signs. I'm doing male, female. We're starting with Aries female today, okay? We're going to talk about the traits of the first house female of the zodiac, as well as reviews from other websites. I've pulled up discussions from people who actually wrote about their experiences with Aries women. So I'm pulling from different sources so I can be very unbiased as possible. I will use my own biasness in the end and go ahead and give you a scenario of my own personal experiences. But first, I'm going to pull from all my sources. My first source is a book I've had for a while. And this book is called Sex Signs. It's called Every Woman's Astrological and Psychological Guide to Love, Men, Sex, Anger, and Personal Power. It's by Judith Bennett. And it has very detailed descriptions of each 12 zodiac signs, the feminine, the woman. So some of the things it says about Aries. Well, first of all, let's know what Aries represents, okay? So Aries is the ram, okay? It's the first astrological sign of the zodiac. According to Wikipedia, it originates from the constellation of the same. Under the tropical zodiac, the sun transits this sign from March 21st to April 20th. However, there are other astrological followings like Vedic astrology. Those dates are different. And it's they measure the constellations of the house you're born under. And they go by the rising generally. But in traditional astrology, which I am not going to go deep into astrology, we're just talking about what Aries is and why it's first. Because it is the sun does transit between March 21st and April 20th. Okay, so Aries. When it reaches March, it occurs March 21st. The Earth takes 365 days, 0.24 to go around the sun. So the precise time is not really the same each year. It says, blah, 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 whatever. I just wanted to give y'all a general description of Aries. The ram represents fire, the element fire, cardinal sign. Mars is its ruler. The sun exalts in Aries. Okay, and Venus is detriment in Aries. Okay, also Venus or Libra is opposite Aries, 180 degrees. So let's go into the details of this book, okay? So I was just reading from Wikipedia, but that's just general information, some that I already know about Aries. If you want to know about what Aries represents, more details, go to Wikipedia, go to wherever, you know what I mean? I'm just pulling from all sources tonight, okay? So, next source, we have my book. So, this book says Aries women. I'm going to go through it's 35 descriptions. It says highly motivated, pioneering leader, needs challenge, strong personality, fortunate, positive, optimistic, a winner, rebellious, insensitive, risk taker, impatient, impulsive, competitive, dominant, responsible, masculine, are just different, androgynous, extroverted, easily angered, high self-esteem, good sense of humor, detached, selfish, proud, high libido, dislikes details, arrogant, blunt, easily bored, dynamic, charismatic, catalyst, huntress, and idealistic. Okay, this is according to Judith Bennett's book. Okay, those are some great details. So I'm going to pull a couple descriptions that it said. We're going to read from it. So what was one of the things it said? Competitive, dominant, responsible. It says the Aries woman has a potent chemistry. Her powerful impact, her high frequency vibrations, her intelligence, and strong willpower. Her mental horizons are generally broad, and she may get scattered. It says she tends to resist the limitations society has put on one woman, often preferring to run free, live untrammeled. She almost universally seeks to relate to men as equals and to achieve that on the same level. It says she has an optimistic view of the world and may regard it as in a setting in which to prove herself. She may work in settings to prove herself. She typically wants to compete and win without playing games of submission. She knows there are games and may consider them a waste of time. It says if there are rules to the game, she would rather make them up herself. The Aries woman is willing to take total responsibility for running a home, a business, or a life. When she tries to run not only her own life, but the lives of those around her, she can unknowingly create interpersonal problems. But this same tendency ensures her access to the business world and the world of high finance. So it says, okay, your controlling ways can benefit you as far as business goes, but look after it in your personal relationships because it can clash. Okay, Aries women, according to this book. What are some that says? Something else. Selfish, proud. It says the Aries woman, like all fire types, is quite selfish. Her insensitivity and impatience may diminish as she matures. So the older y'all get, y'all learn that about yourselves. Y'all are very intuitive, you're perceptive, and very proud. She tends to overestimate her own talents. Overestimate, I don't know what that means. She may go through life with a thinly disguised God complex. Oh, there we go. And a conveniently hazy memory for the frailties of human nature, above all her own. Under her own extroverted expressiveness lies a basic trait that may impede her growth or her pride. On the positive side, it may help her to resist failure and defeat. On the negative side, she may manipulate feelings and people and make it appear that she never loses. She must remember that pride is a double-edged and try to use it in an affirmative way. So I guess like a young, not so mature Aries woman doesn't understand this, or some of you Aries women who are mature probably can look back on yourselves and say, hey, there was times I just thought I was super the shit and the universe humbled me. And usually that's what it takes. But there's nothing wrong with having confidence. That's why people look to the first house of the zodiac. That's what you represent. You give people, or the other zodiacs, you give that light to them. You give that inspiration to them by showing them how much you invest in yourself. You give that light to others because others don't have it like that. So that's what you show to others, how to invest in self. But it does say do it in a very affirmative way. So, pride is a double-edged sword, basically. Okay, it says you have a high libido. Okay, then. Ain't nothing wrong with that. High libido, I'll take it. Anyways, Aries woman says, early in life, the typical Aries woman feels unable or unwilling to shoulder heavy emotional involvements. She wants few responsibilities and is amped to cast off restrictions or obligations almost on principle. Rather than expose herself to pain, she may rush on and frustrated and be impatient. Hold on. Is that my cat? That's a freaking cat. Hold on. My bad. My cat always disappearing and then comes back. He's screwing up the vibe, ain't he? Come on. God. Aries. I'm sorry about that, Aries. Anyway, Kyla, can you go get your cat? I'm making a video about Aries women and I'm talking to my daughter and she's an Aries. Get that. Kyla, go get your cat. I'm making a video. Okay, it says y'all have high libido. Look, I asked her to go get her cat. She gave me a huff and puff. Gotta love those Aries women. I'm gonna leave. See, I would edit that out. I'm gonna leave that there. That's a young, unseasoned Aries woman. I'm recording. Go put him up. He been outside all day. He probably dirty. Okay, Highland Beto. Is that she will almost surely bail out of those relationships that promise growth only after struggle and confrontation with her deeper self. This tends to change in her 30s when she may be more tolerant. So it says some Aries women, when y'all young and someone has put that mirror and shown you who you really are, y'all don't like that. So y'all kind of get missing the young Aries woman. It says she has the passion and appetite for living that what the French call joie de vivre. Joie de vivre. Her goal in life is not only to survive, but to climb every mountain and test every peak. Wow, okay. It says arrogant, blunt, easily bored. Y'all get bored easily. I know. The Aries woman may feel she knows more and she knows it better than most, that she should be first and be unquestionably accepted as best, of course. By viewing herself in a permanent competition with others and by gauging herself in terms of an illusionary perfection, she puts herself under a lot of pressure. She tends to be extremely hard on herself and demanding of others. She is usually frank, blunt, outspoken. She dislikes beating around the bush. If you don't really want to answer to a question, you ask Aries. It says don't ask the Aries. It says if you don't really want to know the answer to a question, don't ask the Aries. I found out earlier today. I advise you not to ask. It says she tends to answer the most embarrassing questions with often embarrassing answers, even on occasions when not asked. Putting her foot in her mouth is an Aries pastime, and discretion is rarely her preferred mode of communication. Aries also dislikes secrets, and devious Scorpio is a challenge to her and tends to drive her to a distraction. Beware Scorpios, I guess. When Aries feel that she is not in the know, she can be insufferable with her relentless questions or observations, all designed to ferret out the desired information. So it says you project your own way of thinking and before you even get the conclusion. Some Aries, this is your dark side, says you can be blunt with your answers sometimes. Very harsh in response when people come to you. If this is a trait that you know of and you want to work on it, I guess think a little harder. Think twice before you say something. Okay? Especially babies. Y'all better not talk about no babies. Okay? I'm just kidding. Anyway. Huntress, it says, the Aries woman tends to like the chase as much or more the conquest. She's not usually interested in possession, either preferring the free-spirited, uncharming, unharmed, unhampered path of the trailblazer. I'm sorry, not uncharming. Back up. She may idealistically believe that a new world is coming and that we do better to look ahead than backwards. I like that idea. No matter how harsh the present seems, Aries can usually pull herself out of the doldrums, resist the popular "it ain't worth it" philosophy, and go back to the barricades to fight for a cause. So it says you're a fighter. Aries usually pursues the positive path and capable of bringing joy to many people. It says how you love lovers and intimates. Okay, the Aries woman is in general relates better to men than most women. It says many romance starts off as friendships and then becomes working relationships. She usually needs to be mentally stimulated in order for her to be physically turned on more than once by the same man. Okay? The Aries woman is capable of stripping a male of his ego, trappings, and the protective symbols of his masculinity. Wow. The fact that she has a female body and a more or less male way of thinking gives her the edge in getting inside a man. At her worst, she may use what she knows to control and dominate him. At her best, she can build a rare camaraderie with him. She needs a large arena to show her strength, and she would rather risk a loss than not try at all. She usually needs a partner or lover who is active and involved, or she may have trouble respecting him. She may also want a basic on which to test him other than his performance in bed. So y'all put men through tests. Okay? The Aries woman tends to be intensely competitive with those she likes or loves and to disdain losers. This combination puts her as well as those she relates to in a double bind. If she wins, she may lose respect for a friend or a lover and then at the end of the relationship. If she loses, the same thing may happen for different reasons. So you like to put, it says competitiveness. You like that competition within your relationships. Like a spoiled child, she wants her way and wants it now. She's arrogant, frank, and inquisitive. She usually wants to be reassured by her man. She has been chosen that she's first and she's best. She shuns a relationship in which she feels unappreciated or without control. You need constant admiration. Or if you're a cross watcher, your Aries woman, praise her, please. She respects power more than submissiveness, bluntness more than discretion. She demands a lot. She gives some and will always try to win until she finds true love. She often gets her greatest pleasure from hunting and being in control. She frequently enjoys putting the moves on and pursuing her quarry. She may think nothing of going after a man, and she gets a kick out of running everything, even the love making. Y'all very dominant. But much of this behavior may be bravado or acting, almost a challenge to herself, a self-focused training course on how to overcome and win. So y'all like to be very, very, y'all just like to go after what y'all want. That's what it says. If y'all see somebody looking good, you're like, hey, what's up? I hung with like a Aries friend before, and like she's drawn so much attention to herself, and you know, whatever man that she wanted or wanted to pursue, she got him. And all my Aries friends that I hung with, like for real, like if they was crushing on anybody, they thought about that person once or twice. They generally was gonna get them. I can agree with that. So it says the Aries woman in love. At the beginning of a romance, the Aries woman can intrigue and attract almost any man. She has unusual charm and magnetism, penetrating mind and appealing, fresh, honest, a strong will and a powerful aura. She's usually perceptive and honest, and it says disclaimful. She deals directly and tends to confront men about hypocritical attitudes, sex roles that create inequality, and habits that result in boredom and deadening relationships. So y'all will let a person know if they're boring you, or y'all probably give them a heads up before you cut them off. The Aries woman usually falls in love easily and is often more in love with the idea of movement and excitement than with the man himself. Sometimes he may be incidental to her needs, just a temporary partner in a sexual adventure currently labeled love. She may find it difficult to discriminate between long-lasting love and infatuation. Since she tends to resist deeper self-knowledge, she's frequently victimized by her own misconceptions. And Judith says, I have met Aries women in their 40s who admit that they know little about their underlying motives and still make choices as impulsively as ever. If she's lucky, the Aries woman finds a man with whom she could settle for quite some time. If not, she is bound to experience a variety of upsets in her life through these seldom blocks of her search. Basically, searching for something, but you can't search for anything if you don't figure out what's going on with it. So I guess that's where the blockage is. That's where the troubles come in relationships, not facing self, not facing the dark side and the shadow side of self, and not facing the things that you have done to hurt others, or you have done to hurt yourself. Facing that can help heal relationships and also attract the ideal lover, according to this book, okay? Aries woman, I love it. So I read from my book by Judith. Now I'm going to see what people say about y'all. I'm going to pull. That's not good enough. Okay, I pulled up this website. It said discussion.femalefirst.co.uk. Female First, okay? It's a UK website. And people have actually posted their experiences. Okay, it's a Scorpio man. How can an Aries woman tell if Scorpio man loves her? Look, he doesn't even know if she loves him or not, because that's the, I'm telling you, Aries women could put on a poker face. You know, she's probably effing with his head. She probably doesn't even love him. She just drew him in for whatever reason she wanted to, you know. Poker face, don't even know if she loves him or not. Still looking for something. According to Very Bling Everything, this is their name on here. Both very stubborn, persistent signs. I guess they're talking about Aries. Probably Scorpio too, because y'all both ruled by Mars. It says an argument has a deeper lying cause that the argument seems to be about. Lack of attention, lack of interest, something more fundamental than just working late again. Try to get to that. By discussing in a normal or even tone, it's very hard to argue when you speak softly. It says in the end, we all want to be understood. So it's saying to not argue with y'all. That's somebody who's dealt with y'all. This is an Aries woman who is talking about a Scorpio man, okay? If y'all have dealt with Scorpio man, can y'all relate? So Mary Gaines says, surprisingly, reading all these posts has made me feel better, or at least understood, after yet another fight with my Scorpio man. I'm a textbook Aries woman, and I love this man more than I have ever loved anyone. And he's not even what I would have ever picked on paper, but the chemistry between us is phenomenal. I adore the way he smells and looks, and in fact, I sometimes worry that I'm addicted to him. So much for being a tough, independent Aries chick, huh? I've gone soft over this guy. It's that sometimes I laugh at myself at how much I give in and back down to him compared to relationships I have had in the past. I don't think he gets how much I've been for him. Look, listen to what she just said. I don't think he gets how much I've been. She's seeking that validation that it just talked about. I don't think he gets it. You know, why is she insinuating that? Because he hasn't given her some type of attention or shown some type of something. You know what I mean? It says, but I just want to, because I want this to work so much. Because when it's good, everything else in comparison, we're on fire. Sorry. It says, sadly, in like 98% of these posts, we bump heads badly. We're slightly better in the beginning. She says 8 months in, and they're about to run over. I don't know what that means. Okay. Scorpio man in love with an Aries woman. Let's see. I need to find something else. Let me find something else. Yeah, so she was like saying y'all chemistry with Scorpios are off the chain. Sexually, but looks like there's some barriers communication wise. Still looking. Building beautiful souls. Says Aries woman, strong, ambitious. She loves the nightlife, even if part of well-settled couples, enjoys hanging out in clubs with friends, socializing and dancing. My Aries friend, I ain't talked to her in a minute, but if I wanted to, we could go anywhere. We club hop a lot. We went out to clubs a lot. Fun. We could ride around, play, music, pop bottles, and we both, real feminine type, that's my, opposite. I'm Libra, okay? So they're right. They was like, if y'all are very fun, nightlife type of chicks, y'all like to be very adventurous. So people have to know this dealing with an Aries woman. She likes to be very extrovert. Says difficulties arise dealing with a heartbreak from the past, even with your current relationship. Oh man. So I've seen some of my Aries friends go through relationships as far as like not dealing with some type of hurt or pain. I've seen a lot of Aries women. Like I got a first cousin who actually numbed herself with other ways, like drugs or other addictions. Aries women, like I said, are impulsive. So sometimes y'all don't deal with your emotions, so y'all will numb yourselves other ways, sexual wise, just any type of way, but really be hurting from something. So I really advise Aries women, if you notice that you do destructive behaviors, because I've noticed that about Aries women in my experiences, destructive behaviors when they're healing from something or dealing with something. Like I knew an Aries woman, her mother had died, and she used a lot of, she was very promiscuous, but she was mourning her mother. I could see that her being promiscuous and partying was to numb the fact that she hadn't even really cried over it. She didn't even know how to cry over it. She just only knew how to project this I got it together image. So a lot of y'all, make sure y'all know about that. Make sure y'all know that y'all need to get over y'all heartbreaks, anything that hurt y'all in your life, that it could carry over into your relationship. According to sources, and I told y'all I drop in my little personal opinions. But overall, it says, y'all career, finance, y'all ambitious, y'all dedicated to jobs, y'all find excitement and, your career. Y'all don't have trouble making money. It did say right here, y'all could be gamblers. Look, are impulsive and do things to impulsively get money. It says you do save money. You are able to save money. You go back and forth. It looks like there's a limbo. Discipline Aries, spending Aries. So I guess it says in so many words, when you F up, you get more discipline. Kind of like the baby, the first house. The baby messes up. Try again. Okay, Aries woman. I hope y'all like that about y'all. I did a lot on y'all. I was trying to look for more sources, but I think we got enough. Y'all are beautiful people overall. It's just y'all are very driven to know exactly what y'all want. Okay, know exactly what y'all want. Selfish is said. Maybe, I don't know. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think, Aries women. I enjoyed this video. I will do a video in the future on Aries man next. Okay, pulling from multiple sources and reading from different sources. Okay, hope y'all like this video. Mwah. Again, like, share, subscribe. Thanks. Mwah. Take care.